should say that Jess is not really totally responsible for what I'm going to read. The first one's called Posy Revolution, posy being the archaic word for poetry, and this was in the previous issue of Rabbit. Winkle pickers, punks and dudes are memories, right? We, like them, are now punished for being out of date. This transience is just continuum for Posy, that old time-space conundrum. Without dimension, where length, breadth and height and time and place are lost. Death rattles harmonise with birth cries. Emerging from chrysalis are moth flies. New Posy rises. Another jail-faced revolution, unarguable as orgasm, cues at the step-through mirror, views its future, says, next, no finality this time. Our anxiety milks a cow's horn. It's here, the house is falling. We gasp with famished hearts for imagination air, so desperate for certainty, the narcotic. The weasel is popped, the coat is pawned, Posy is reborn. It moves wide, dislodges the weight of decayed centuries. Minkowski worlds straddle words in capsule form. Libido invested, infected pieces hang on world-weird webs, where arachnids with form are making it new, always making it new, always pop. These nether creatures comfort their own prejudice. They shout, freedom, freedom, unity of the whole, texture's meaning. On a frozen lagoon, a dabbling duck lies dying, its trajectory lost, shot, stretched to nothing. It cries, freedom, freedom, the prison of the freeform. How to measure this wave, this pop? What is its measure? It's the line we take, yes, the line we take, the length, breadth and height. Yes, that would be the gist of it. The next one I'm going to read, it's called A Strip of Land Near Gaza, and Pio was good enough to publish this in Unusual Work a while ago. There's a strip of land near Gaza where a new settlement lies next to an old township. Between the settlement and township lies an olive grove, which has been there for many years. Children from the settlement and township know the olive grove well. They play and laugh under the trees every day, but not together. In the heat of the day, doves come to rest in the shade of the grove, in trees scarred by bullets and shrapnel. Every year the trees grow heavy with olives, each a small oval fruit with a hard stone core and bitter flesh. At harvest time, people from the settlement and township pick the olives, but only on their own side of the grove. After harvest they celebrate, but not together, and the bare olive branches remain unused. And the last one I'm going to read is called Thylacine, which is in the current issue of Rabbit. Thylacine. She came strutting, a woman in black and tan, with a Mein Kampf sort of look, and vertiginous signs of forests and freeways. Like a sphinx without a secret, a raw hunter, supreme and striped, she was a hurricane sweeping across the vast South Plain, rippling the land and planting her scent and seeds like doubts, on the run through bare hills and wetland valleys. She once touched this side of the mirror, a shadow of blitzkrieg, false but searching without shame or guilt or care for her smitten prey. She found love vicariously by way of possession and physiology, love's own carnivore born for vivisection, filling and emptying with carnal tricks on a tide. Her eyes had the promise of certain felicity. Her lips, parted and lustrous, hid a sharpness within, and spoke of deception, consuming while kissing. I felt her breath, all terror and musk on my body, before the strike, before the bite and sting. She peeled back the bark from my frame, tore at the flesh layer after layer, and exposed the sobriety of bones and the grief of retreat. Now Riverina wheat carpets the sea like stones, and poppies are gone from the withered petroglyphs. She floats in formalin, preserved in a museum of memory. I gaze at her through the grand glass jar of recollections. Can we ever lose what we do not have? There are maggots in the marble and guns in the cauldron, and a trickle in a shoebox like tadpoles spotting the sand. Thank you.